Alright, y'all. I'm here again. Thought I'd say some stuff again. Yeah. Of course, it's part of their chaos making and intentional bullshit right now. They're fake fighting, fuck around, pretending they're not all for one for all, that, whatever. Their usual shit. But as you can see from the thumbnail up there, I did decide to touch buttons. Oh, I did. I did. Now, see one I missed there. Little Adrian, the 40th in this group. Zig, right? Decided to go live a little while before mine, etc. Certain shit. I didn't realize it till it was done over. I've started mine up. It had been scheduled, but things had taken place. Shit went wrong. Then in the middle of mine, Ryan puts a threatening post out that you can't make the math on and to add up there. Then, or no, that was right before I came live to that. Anyway, that's how I knew something was up with Zig and how she's not like, yeah, okay. And then, in the middle of my life, looks like Ryan put up a planned and scheduled video with a thumbnail calling Ziggy a pill popper, right? Da 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 da. Then it looks like a little bit into my life, a little further in, okay? Ziggy did another live. This one where she suddenly took a drug test on screen after all these years. Now, those of you who've been around here for more than a few years know that there's been many a time I've been like, alright, Ziggy, as she's, I don't know, she wanted to say it was defamation, slander, all this other shit, right? They saying that about her. Well, Ziggy said that a whole hell of a lot and implied to the public that I'm intoxicated, otherwise on shit for years. I have often and very frequently challenged her to a piss test. I'm like, alright, bitch, let's go on down to Walgreens, all the way in life, piss in the cup on whatever. He'll have a blood draw, hair sample, whatever. Wildly enough, she never appears and never will do one. Now, y'all will know I didn't get off the other live until, what, 3-ish this morning? Then Ziggy had only been off for about an hour, and she'd been live for about an hour. So 2 of those hours, Ziggy was, whatever. Had like 100 views. Suddenly it shot up to 1,000. The other one that didn't even have 1,000 shot up to close to 3. That's unheard of, especially for Ziggy lately. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, So anyway, you're telling me that Ziggy found somewhere suddenly in the middle of the night after Ryan made a thumbnail about her. A thumbnail, y'all, calling her a pill popper. That she suddenly, somewhere in the middle of the night, despite her and Fred not being able to write all the things, somehow had a urine drug tester on hand in the middle of the goddamn night in Indiana. And the closest thing to him was like a 7-11 and a closed ass dollar store. Did you know what? Yeah, alright. So when in that couple hour period there did Ziggy have time to walk her and Fred's asses down anywhere that would have sold a urine test kit? Screen kit. I'm curious. Aren't y'all? Where'd that appear from? Are we just to believe that Ziggy had one on hand? One on hand all this time or all these years? Well, then why didn't you pull it out any other times? And I've been like, hey, bitch, you want to call me XYZ? Then let's take a piss test, right? Nope, couldn't do it. All the days, nights, months, and years that Six Up has dragged the shit out of her and accused her of being on everything under the sun. Damn near every night, sometimes 4 times a day, 60, for hours on end, accusing Ziggy of being fucked up, Fred of being fucked up. Ziggy never once had a piss test on hand or walked her and Fred's asses in the middle of the night or even during the day to get a fucking urine screen test. But last night, she just happened to have one on hand when Ryan Finds Truth makes a thumbnail of poor little wee wee. Are you serious? Guys, I believe what we have here is pre-planned bullshit and fuckery to fuck with all of you all and make you believe bullshit. Get some stirred up shit going, right? Take eyes off shit, create the chaos, the drama, the quote entertainment. It's fake as fuck, and here's how I can tell you that. Alright, hey Benny Keys, you're the, well, I don't know, maybe Cam can chime in. Any of y'all just freshly off probation or out of court systems or on drug programs, anybody, hell, I don't know. Six should have the expertise, six up with the Ryan and Jenny, Adrian, Anna crew and everybody else. I gotta ask, last I knew, if you handed fucking water in a cup like that to any probation officer or official taking your piss in a cup like that, they would laugh at you. Then they'd violate you just on principle and swear to God you can't. And true story, they can. They see your piss come out that clear, they're going to know you up to fuck shit. And your ass going to sit there. You're going to get a blood draw. By any good probation officer, anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me I'm wrong. They're going to know you've drank lots and lots of fresh water. And let me tell you, they know that that's going to have been done for hours on end. Okay, not just because you're a water drinker. These motherfuckers ain't stupid. I mean, I guess you're on public and cul-de-sacs who've never been on. Such illustrious things are required to take a urine test for those they don't know no different. But a probation officer will straight violate your ass for pissing that clear. Because they know you're fucking around with something. Or they're going to send you off for labs or something. Your ass going to sit there until you actually have urine the color urine's supposed to be. Or a little tint to it. Okay? A little. As someone who eats almost 40 pounds of ice a day and drinks mostly water and only has a few cups of coffee, I can tell you for a fact, even my piss ain't that clear. So I'm going to need to know what Ziggy got up to make her pee as clear as water. Okay? Now it's even weirder when you go back to Ziggy's previous live, just an hour or two before, and she's gulping down fucking Diet Coke like a madman. Like a gallon of it while she's eating to the store, having histrionics and U-Haul meltdowns. That tells you that Ziggy's piss should have had a little tint to it. Yeah, it should have. It too much should have. And we all know that bitch does not stay on a water diet to have pee that clear. Okay? And if you like, I have one of them every year. But, like, the thing is, I could pee in the exact same cup and show you how urine, even with an abundance of water intake a day, should look in that same cup. And there's no reason it should ever look that clear or any tricks to it, that would make it appear just that clear. Because the cup or whatever, no. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I would say, now, Ziggy here, who's worn her own ankle monitors and shit over the years, and his wife's probation and arrests and charges and all that, and addiction. She's very wise on how to pass tests. There's neat shit that folks like her get to, man, even I know of a million tricks that folks like her use. They're pretty prevalent out there. I mean, you can stick certain containers up and you have somebody else's piss in them or whatever, right? And have aluminum foil at the end and just put your fingernail there like you're wiping as you sit down. And it also sounds like urine. You have urine kits now that'll come out, but generally they try to make it urine colored. Just saying. have all kinds of ways to do things. All right, or those types. And they're pretty well known tricks, especially hell, there's an abundance. I'm sure I don't even know it that are done with folks like that, and they're well aware of them how to do it, especially long-term addicts. Ziggy's admitted to it. But I want to know what it takes to swish around a little, oh, I don't know, store-bought THC packet, tap a little dust and some water, do whatever, make it look like, well, it's real, because I failed for one thing, but that's all. Thing is, that's fucking water. That's fucking water. That's fuckery is what that is, okay? And, I mean, seriously, the amount of Diet Coke that one just had yeeted down like an hour before should tell you her piss should not have been that clear. Should have. Rarely is anybody's, you know, well, come on. But also the fact that she just had one on hand in the middle of the night. And only after all these years of people who she's defamed, slandered, made false narratives and shit about and fucked with and screwed the real lives reputation, all that shit, you know. I love her bender though, she's the one being done like that. But anyway, you want us to now believe this bitch all the years couldn't do piss test challenges. Didn't have one on hand for any day or whatever that I or others might be like, hey, alright, you want to say shit about us? Well, let's go. Shouldn't have it on hand in. Not any of the goddamn nights and days that Six is spent dragging her like a dog across these streets. Did she ever pop up to do a piss test? But last night, somehow, she just had a piss test on hand in the middle of the night and responded to Ryan putting up a little old thumbnail. Yeah, seems manufactured and horseshit to me, don't you know? Anyway, Benny, anybody, hell, get a cam here. What would real probation officers and shit do if they seen you piss and it looked like that in a cup? They'd violate your ass, so you'd be sitting there until you could pee the right color, or you'd be taken for labs. Oh yeah, they would, and we all know it. Yeah, at least back in my day, that's how it worked. That's how I hear it still works. Yeah. No. But anyway, if y'all want to buy the horse shit going on as they pretend they're all not fucking around with one another, not connected, not doing all this shit all together, be my guest. This is manufactured bullshit, though, and it's a lie. Those who have been around here enough years also will realize that Ziggy, in our first live stream, not the piss test live stream, all she apparently talked about once I touched the button after I got off my own life was the same shit all of us have known and been saying for years. Documentary, people using jobs, blah, blah, blah. Acting like she's just now aware of Nana's name. And it's wild, too. It's how you know you're in the middle of a tragedy pimp usage, using y'all for clicks, views, and for y'all to send them some fucking money. You know, it's because Ryan, the other times that, I don't know, Ziggy's mentioned Nana or anybody else he ain't ever threatening the music. So you can't make that math add up. Including, like, what, a month ago, Ryan? Ziggy, before getting real quiet for some reason. You didn't threaten her then when she was talking about Nana. Odd. Anyway, Ziggy would also like you to believe she just suddenly became aware of all this shit. Well, that's bullshit, because a whole bunch of us around here have been talking about Nana's fucking bullshit fears. Ziggy, are you telling me Tiffany Marie and all them didn't make you aware of certain email warnings to everybody to yeet their data out of existence because they were connected to the shit being illegally done with jobs on it? You tell me that? That others in the group didn't make you aware of or send you that? Bullshit, bitch. Bullshit, they didn't. I love that you're not out in the other few critters, though, around you and the rest that have jobs that they use the systems wrongly to do the same things with. One of those was in my chat around the saving it will save you time period. Um, End of 24, I believe. That was a weird time, wasn't it, huh? Yeah. And ain't that when weird shit just started getting. Oh, that's weird too. I noticed that Ziggy mentioned something I did in my live last night as well. And others, for the past few weeks, hints at certain shit for months, maybe even a year plus, where I've clearly stated certain shit just appeared during that time. There's a certain Grandma Mama. I appeared in my chat under bullshit with icons and the saving it will save you and yeah, weird shit happened, okay? Anyway, certain people accessing certain shit. All I'm saying is certain shit started being served on, appearing out of nowhere. Now Ziggy wants you to believe that's been happening to her too. You and Crystal are really the same there, Zig. Your high crime, you always just been like, nuh-uh. It's like that one over here, so my hack. And every time y'all talk about that shit, it's actually happening to other people. What's weird is it's your critters you're directing to do that to other people, and the information's coming out on, right? Zig? Like, D and M. It's weird. Are they gathering your shit and putting it out in bids? Hell no, they're not. Guess who's there? But then here you are on live going, oh, things are being added and done and served and all that, and I don't even know where they come in. Yeah? I'm sure, homie. Uh-huh. Weird that it keeps popping out of the potholes of the group you're directing, though, right, Siggy? Odd. But only on certain people, of course. Then you hear Z also talk about the LX fuckery. She tries to say they were doing the tag numbers of Dudley's and the photo. No, that wasn't even possible. It gives away the fact that they clearly know Nana and others played in the tag run here and the chaos and the false hoax calls and all those shit there too. She also pretending she's stupid of what Nana and others did and others with other jobs did and what they were looking up and who they were looking up. But she gives herself away. I don't know. It's told now. It's told that certain people were using access to certain systems to even go so far as to look up all the extra bits on Lawson and his whole family and everything they do that shit. But then you actually hear that come out of sort of Rose pie hole on chairs, right? Sort of step-by-step buffering system so none of them look guilty and it's, whatever. They get others to do the thing like Ziggy gets so many others do and then, it's... Anyway, they all do it. But anyway, yeah. It's been happening. It's not new news. A lot of us, and if you watch it, it's been being said for quite a long time. Among creators, subs, people around, it just doesn't pick up traction, right? This is not new news. For Ziggy to act like she's just aware of, or new to, or just got all this information thrown at her, and weirdly enough, she says last 24 hours. It's weird, bro. Weird. The last 24 hours at my live was so, oh no, you don't say. You don't say. People trying to guess and shoot shit out there and do whatever else. See which way the wind's gonna blow if I do come live. Right? But except my shit was about real pedo sex crime shit popping up, arrests happening on opposite end of Van Hill and surrounding Nana and other offshoot roads off of Van Hill and all that things, that shit. And then people coming on certain properties in certain years and, all this other stuff. So anyway, yeah, I do with that. Ziggy also seemingly takes the dates, times, etc. of several documentary things, tries to cram them together last night, mix and match and play fuck up, especially for new eyes or those who haven't been around long enough or don't know better. She is mixing up a time period when it said that Skilo had Discovery in doing things that were supposed to bring him in, with Jenny, Adrian chasing, etc. And I believe that was during what, ladies? Somewhere near the fake scream test period? Or was that after that? I don't know. It's somewhere around there, right? I don't know. Um, Something like that. It was very early on. Benny was indeed yeeted off the team. Right? They didn't want him there. But he done paid for Crummy Mama's computer and sent money in there. So yeah, he was yeeted off. Set up, at least publicly, whatever. Right? I ain't buying that shit either back in the day. But yeah, they wanted rid of that publicly anyway. So certain people didn't want him around Ben Hill at that point. A lot of stupid shit, man. And then there's a time period at the end of 24 where everybody heard there were certain cameras brought in, certain shit done by Nana and crew chasing the same, sort of bunch. Obviously, because Nana, Krama, Gabble, Jenny Adrian, all falling together. Said a different thing was supposed to take place. Nana was over it. Certain people didn't comply, do certain things, whatever, right? And it was entirely separate from them being all sickened by Candace Dawn supposedly going to be charged for, or at least accused of, doing things to the children and all that shit. They did get quiet during that period. They are all coming back with a vengeance now. But they did get quiet. Weird money in the thousands and thousands and thousands was running around the streets too about the same time fuckery was afoot. Like the save and it'll save you crew. All kinds of weird shit showing up with little cabin pictures behind them, all kinds of things. Access to certain systems. Yeah, it's very strange that. Anyway, so Ziggy once again sort of outs herself as being part, And obviously, if you watch who she's directing and what they're coming out with, Ziggy is clearly aware who's still left in his crew misusing jobs and things to do certain shit, or who's tampering with certain systems, statewide and otherwise, as well. Also, certain things really started appearing during that time or being served and all kinds of weird shit. Shit people didn't know about, didn't know existed. Still don't know if they're real. It's pretty fucked up, and considering what they're able to do in certain counties, state systems, you don't know. When people hold these jobs, it's like, how do you know these motherfuckers just ain't making up some shit and typing it the fuck in, and there it is, like a fuck. Like, I don't know, anyway. Weird Ziggy is suddenly, though, a victim of that, too, but ain't been saying a word about it. Like, Crystal and her, I'm being hacked, and Ziggy, I'm being hacked. But it turns out, those around him are the ones doing all, or they're doing the shit. And we just telling themselves ways, and they're fully aware of what's going on, what's being done, and how far people are going on. Those like myself and others. Alright, so I'm just not buying that bullshit of Zig. It's a tale, is what it is. Okay? And if it's just like nope. And she's saying her only meltdown about a documentary took place. She's saying Chasen's took it down there, which Chasen was apparently present in the chat, though that's no longer found in the chat. But yeah, at least as far as I can tell, Chasen came over there for some reason. But Ziggy's swearing she had a meltdown involving Gabble and chasing over it, and Andy and Fred and all that, right? It's not the only time that, like I talked about in my last live and many others throughout all this time, Ziggy had a meltdown over a documentary. She was trying to make it like she had a meltdown about the time they went on property the first time, Discovery, Skila, all that shit, and needed Benny on. Well, no, she thought she was going to be part of that one, right? She snuck in and pretended she wasn't part of the MGL Scent crew and all that shit, And I can't even believe she's like, and Jenny was going to buy cocaine off Fred and set him up. Does everybody forget that Ziggy literally called police and turned Laura and Fred in? Is Fred still not aware of this? It's fine. But whatever. Anyway, she did do a live, and the end of 24 is all that shit was occurring. And have a full-on fucking meltdown saying she just, I mean, literally, it sounded exactly like what she did last night. Oh my God, y'all are gonna leave him out of it, and you're gonna make Fred the bad guy. And he the good guy. I'm calling it, blah, blah, blah. Right? She had a full fucking blow meltdown about it. Then she shuts down live, and then suddenly that live is like poofed. She comes back on another and then pretends that didn't happen, and she apologized to everybody. She got the wrong info. But now, see, for some reason in her live last night, she's mixing up all these things. Pretending she's not having meltdowns about several, she's trying to make one another. She's doing all this Zig shit. Alright? She is going with nothing burgers. Things that have already been said, outed as far as Nana and others go, and what's been up. Her even acting like this is the first she's known Nana's real name or any of that's wild. What a fucking bullshit lie, bitch. Anyway, y'all know better. Y'all damn well know better. You wanna know I ain't know better? Because Fred, and I know Fred knows damn well who everybody, come on. Then she keeps fucking up. Her little tongue keeps fucking up for her. Just Dawn texted her last night, whatever, and I don't know, don't really care, but it's weird that's what he would have said. It was about the documentary, that's what he would have volunteered out there. Seems odd. Anyway, yeah, I think everybody was aware of that, all of it. There's nothing new in what Ziggy put out and said she was putting out. It was new, whatever, just dumped it on it. She had so much point. It's bullshit. It's trying to fuck up others or other voices or other things said about Nana or otherwise right now or this crew. Everything Ziggy said is known. It's been out here on these streets for years. And as it was occurring, hell, I even think TM and everybody else put out that shit on Nana and all that crap, right? And the job shit and this shit and everything. I mean, seriously. This is a known. Okay, but the thing is, there are many back there using their similar jobs or access to certain systems doing the same shit. Ain't there, Zig? Crew. Right? One of them's still in the main core crew, as a matter of fact. One of them over threatening shit weirdly with avatars during that period. And then the shit starts happening. I don't know how many of y'all misusing your jobs around that crew, but I mean, there's definitely an Audrey Down problem. Among others. I think I also found another thing that some reason isn't just, look, you just don't even want to know. But, yeah. So, that was a whole bunch of bullshit. And like I said, it smelled like a hook or something, right? Or a way to overpower others saying anything else real or new. Yeah. And a fake fight. Yeah, we're all to believe that Ziggy just had a piss test on hand. And that her urine after drinking that much goddamn Coke every day. And remember, she's always said she can't drink water. Well, then how do you get pissed that clear, homie? And we're to believe that Ziggy, out of all the nights over all the years being called a drug and a this and a that, and drugged by six up, day in and day out, all the times I've challenged her to one, we're to believe that now it's Ryan's thumbnail. Ryan, her arch nemesis. That her and I just can't. They're all for one for all, y'all. Y'all be taken for a goddamn ride by Ryan, Ziggy, and the rest of the crew right now. Y'all eat it up if you like. But we're to believe that Ziggy suddenly had a piss test on hand. Proved to the world she wasn't. And then it all came out clear than fucking water. But she also had a packet on hand in the bathroom where a little dust sprinkled into some water or something, or rubbed on the hoo-ha as you're peeing down near the urethra, like, oh, God, whatever. Look, I'm telling you, any probation officer or official, anybody would have fucking violated if they'd seen that pissed out or whatever, or handed to them. They would have violated you just on goddamn principle. They would have made you wait. But we're to believe after she just big gulped down 400,000 fucking gallons of Diet Coke or Pepsi or wrong, the first fast-paced sniffle walk with Fred, that there was no color to her urine at all. Now she stood there and was like, "Oh, I'm drinking a little water so I can pee for you real quick." That does not make urine that clear, homie. Doesn't. This is a bunch of fuckery. Y'all damn well know it. All the time she's mentioned Nana and knows her name, like, now Ryan's suddenly threatening her not to, or else. That don't make sense. No. Ziggy having a piss test on hand in the middle of the night. Seemingly, somehow, instantly, as Ryan puts up a thumbnail about her. In the middle of the night, she found her way to jog somewhere really fucking quick, faster than light. Or maybe she was just psychic, y'all, and she knew to buy one beforehand. Or several days and get prepped for it with drinking lots and lots of water. And then drink herself a Diet Coke on that walk. And she drank so much water prior to taking it that it already eaten it out. And she, I don't know. Could go a lot of ways, can it? She's just psychic. She knew she needed one somehow before Ryan put up thumbnail. Probably in the last 24 hours, this thing's hit her lap and they're going to do that. I don't know. Something's rotten in Denmark here, y'all. 6 Up, can you tell us why you think that Ziggy, after all the years of you tormenting her wide open every night with crew and Nana and everybody else, and Ryan in your chats, dear, calling her everything under the sun, dragging her, accusing her of being on everything from like moon dust to LSD and everything else, she didn't once have a piss test on hand for you, dear, to prove to the world you were a liar. Or that Nana and crew, including Ryan, were liars with your narratives or TPE. She ain't once done it. She's called me everything and insinuated I'm drunk, intoxicated, on pills, on this, on that, da-da-da-da-da-da for years. I've challenged her to urine tests. She never had one on hand and gave one on hand. But now we're to believe that somehow she knew magically to get one. I guess in case Ryan just in the middle of the night yeeted out during my live a thumbnail calling Ziggy a pill popper and a conspiracy theorist. The Ziggy who helped building with Cher. Yeah, after he, quote, come out of the darkness, anyway, when he was damn good and ready with Seraphina and his wife's magical spirits, which appeared episode number 3. Right? Anyway, if any of the rest of y'all out there have ever been in around any services, I think you know that, or had family, you know exactly if you handed in shit that clear, they'd be violated. With her just drinking at Diet Coke, no, there's no way that shit was that clear. Also, Ziggy dear, body temperature is not what you think it is when it actually leaves internally and goes outward. Love that fucking whole thing. Nice go, though. Anyway. And I really don't care whether shoes or Shane on. Something. I can give a fuck. Fuck do I care. It's just the point of watching them do this fuck shit. And are y'all really going to believe that? She just had a drug test laying on hand. And finally, after all these years, Ryan's thumbnail in the middle of the night was enough to set her off. And in 5 minutes, she suddenly poofed up a urine test or something where she already had it on hand somehow. But yet, all the years 6 Up has spent dragging the shit out of her with Ryan, Adrian, Jenny, Gabble, Nana, everybody else over in those chats of sixes and otherwise. She never felt the need. The other times that Ryan and her fake fought, and he's called her shit, she didn't pop out a piss test, did she? The rest of the fucking internet calling Ziggy an addict. She didn't pop out a piss test. But we're to believe last night she walked her ass somewhere in a few minutes' time in between lives. Found somewhere actually selling one of those, got one, got back and took one over Ryan and a thumbnail posted during my life. Is that what you're wanting us to, seriously? Y'all buying that bullshit? Are y'all buying that bullshit? I love that your name just happens to be Sip Stillwater. That's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. Love the inventiveness. It's went right over my head. So anyway, don't try so hard. It's cute sometimes. It's so funny. All right. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. In that, I mean, whole fucking shit. Everything that she did in her life is known, been said, outed, talked about. Most of us know that Ziggy's been fully fucking aware of it all these years. Don't know why she's mixing up all the different documentaries and all the people. I don't know. Probably to make y'all forget she had a histrionic meltdown when thousands were running around. She'd become fully aware of the documentary being done, etc., supposedly, that Nana was doing. That's when she had her fucking meltdown because she was afraid they were being left out. That's what she said, and also shit. And y'all are gonna make Fred the bad guy and Andy the good guy, and I knew it. We're being left out. She gave the game away. The one they're scripting and writing into existence around Summers K. It's fucked up. She's gonna get it on back to the old days of Skilo, Jenny, Adrian, da da da, right? And chasing and all them there with supposedly discovering all it. She's gonna convolute. Cause she don't remember, she don't want y'all remembering that fucking U-Haul meltdown fit she had and then called for Christy and a bunch of others to come running. Yeah. And then come back on live. Not long after being like, "Ooh," and she's like, "I'm sorry, I was mistaken." And then she went quiet. Probably paid a good hefty amount for that too. She does went quiet. Just like she did after the Van Hill shit, right? Rinse repeat around here. But that Ziggy once again is trying to make herself look like, I mean, like the whole things are just appearing. I wonder what people are getting up to certain jobs. Yeah, Ziggy's fully aware of what's been being done to others, like myself and others, and shit just suddenly appearing because people with certain jobs are able to just make things appear, input things. Shit nobody even knew existed or can't even tell if it's fucking real, that shit. That's what I said last night. It's what I've been saying for months and hinting at, and they know it. Just like when the tampering happened and it connected to Ziggy and her live chat and all things, right? And somebody is still yet unable to unfuck what they tampered with when they hacked into or entered somehow with their job or otherwise inside of the court system or around it. That will link right back to Ziggy and the critters she's directing. Just like this shit with the, oh, suddenly things are being served or showing up that are, oh no, it's happening to Ziggy. It's like I said, they all do that shit. Her and another one up in PA. Every time they're the ones up to fuck shit or joined with it or doing it, they're the ones doing it. It ain't actually happening, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I said, and some of that crazy shit coming out interstate, it looks like they're vague threatening or hinting at other neighbors and witnesses too. Meant to be disguised as a bunch of psycho. That's not a new thing either. They do that repeatedly. Oh, Sipsy still orders. Okay. Sorry. I said it's not so hot these days. Anyway, I do like fried green tomatoes. The food and the movie. It's one of my favorites. Um, I like Steel Magnolias too. Anyway, and wildly enough, yeah, there's a few there. Like For the Boys, it's one of my favorites. I'm thinking about rewatching it lately. I ain't got around to it. Anyway, Green Mile's good. Makes me sad though. Poor Mr. Jangles. Anyway. I don't know. Still Magnolia. It's hard. It's hard. Anyway, my goal is to become Weezer in my old age. It's a fucking role model right there. If you don't become Weezer in your old age, what are you doing? Right? Love her. It's great. I had a dog named Weezer once. It was nice. Anyway. So, yeah, I just find it weird. And I love this. Did y'all catch Spot? And look, I'd love to see him play you Ziggy's bullshit, but I know where it's at in the game, and her and Rhino and play. Fuck this. Fuck this shit, okay? But, so therefore I'm not gonna waste my time again. Her first 3 minutes is like, she's really acting like this is new info. She won't be able to believe it. This is just now something she's becoming aware of. Bullshit, Ziggy. Bullshit, Ryan. Bullshit, core crew. Up to all the fuck shit. Fuck you. Fuck all y'all. Fuck this. Y'all can get some people to buy that bullshit, I guess. I mean, you do. It ain't gonna be me, though. Good luck to you, I guess. Still the hell of that fucking nerd and garbage and bullshit and bow tie and Revis and I don't know. Look, here's how you're gonna know. If 6UP don't start dragging Z today for that clear ass urine and having the packet clearly open. And by the way, when you're on probation, you're not supposed to be around people who are doing shit like, or even in possession. It's fine. Poor Frizz. But either way, if 6UP doesn't immediately start just dragging the shit out of her for clear urine like that, having one on hand suddenly, just in the middle of the night. But then again, once they get views and clicks up for Ziggy's probably earns money and wants that, and that's what they want. They're gonna build her back up to what? Stay shut the fuck up about starting another thing? I don't know. What's the deal, y'all? What are you patty caking back there? Trying to build that bitch up again? Stop it. Let's all just agree to stop it. I don't know. I thought she was in your funky cold ass Medina Blockett blackout phase. Orders been given on so many of us, for the last year or two, wildly enough, as certain stuff's rolled. It was a firm stance on it. But anyway, during this bullshit Ziggy did last night, which is exactly that. And, it's wild that I had the language of you gotta believe me, it's histrionics they all have. They all do that same too, it's great. But you'd think that it was real. Ziggy had just been notified all this in the 24 hours, wildly enough, between me scheduling live and then hers. And, oh God, she just now found that in her name. She just this and that blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Bullshit. Ain't nobody buying this bullshit. That's been around here long enough. We all know the difference between all the documentaries and supposed, alleged times. I mean, and then you gotta think, why not the full meltdown when fucking Mallory and Justin and MGO, your crew that didn't want to be seen in public with you as you come on to Ben Hill and all that? What? You didn't have a meltdown then. You know? But in the middle of her stream, she goes, somebody in chat must have asked her, have you talked to Jody Sue? Ziggy's like, no. But I noticed her live title, and that's what made me come forward or do this. It's as bad as what she's accusing Chasen of with. You've kept it quiet. You've known all along. Ziggy, you've known all along. You're the one defaming and going real life on people and fuck with people. Like, just shut the fuck up, Ziggy. You've known the whole time all this shit. You're still misleading people with Ryan and crew. I don't even know why Chasen visited your ass unless it's to make it look more legit. I mean, stuff they want out there and then to make it look like there's more views on it so that others aren't heard with the pedo shit on the other end of ANL where Starnes and Co are. and offshoot roads and things like that who are somehow wildly enough coming into being able to insert breeds for all you. I don't know, buddy. So anyway, bitch, you've been hiding, you've been lying, you still lying. You're part of everything still, whether you all pretend you're not or not. You are. Shut the fuck up, Ziggy. Swear to God, we're starting a hashtag for that, just like share. You remember when the hashtag showed up, share days? I know that goes back to the whole Doug thing. We don't remember that guy, but he's around still. But I think we're gonna just hashtag shut up, Ziggy. Shut the fuck up. You know? I've had enough. Seriously. Anyway, y'all privately in your homes, raise your hands if you know that Ziggy be lying. And she is convoluting the time periods for shit, documentaries, visits to be all shit. She's pretending she's only had one U-Haul meltdown over a documentary and trying to make it the first. That was not. It was the second and all that. And that she gave herself away when she said, in that meltdown, when she figured out what Nana and crew were supposedly up to making a documentary, that they were going to leave them out. Those were her exact words. Y'all are going to leave us out, and that's not whatever, and you're going to make Fred look like the bad guy and Andy look like the good guy. After they built the whole Andy's on the road, Fred, blah, blah, blah. Like anybody gives a fuck. They both lived there. Jesus Christ, it was always a nothing burger. When the Andy up playing, they've done it to themselves. Like, it's stupid. Like, even I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if Monster was doing laps something down goddamn Ben Hill on June 15th. That doesn't mean he did anything. Fred was on goddamn Ben Hill on the 15th. Like, I'm so sick of hearing that stupid shit. Post he was on the road. Yeah, well, also go back to the days where Fred was like, I seen Andy with a woman on the road, and I seen Andy with a kid on the road. I seen him with his children on the way. Him and so-and-so were in a car. I know it was a truck. I know it was this. I know it was that. Go back to that. Why ain't it the same now? It's not. Fred's full shit. Either way, it's always been shit. It's a nothing burger. It's to drive narratives. Oh, wait, no. Ziggy's yelling at Nana. They're inserting her and Fred's real life and causing harm and blah, 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 and telling stories and lies about them, accusing them of things and defaming. I'm sorry. You motherfuckers been in a group trying to get people killed. Along with Dolly, Tiffany, Benny, Scott, Jenny, Adrian, Chasing, Andy, the rest. Are you serious? Linda? Anybody remember Linda? Hey, Ziggy, what do you know about that? You gonna come out with the info on that? Because I'm about to soon. The real shit. Or are you just suddenly gonna find out about all that? 24 hours before. Y'all gonna play stupid like you ain't known all these years? Seriously? Yeah, whatever. First inserters, man, they're a mind fuck. They're a trip. And if this group keeps them hidden, it's wild. They do it for a few, though, like Nanners and Lenders. Anyway. Linda. Anyway. So, yeah, I don't know, but in that, Ziggy goes to whoever in chat goes, have you talked to Jody Sue? Ziggy's like, no, I don't think Jody Sue likes me much. Yeah, you think? Just like? You bitch. For all shit, even downright trying, you remember Solo outright trying to get us murdered on shit, even seriously? And then putting a target on children's backs that were even in services, and they like, seriously? Shit, you and Fred, are you serious? Yeah, she's serious. And probably, I can't even. Yeah, they're like, why? I don't know why she don't like us. Yeah, I don't play TE. I don't clap ass cheeks. I ain't all Monster and Fred and the Lauras and the Marlene Bells be like, hey guys. Hey. You know, I ain't like, yeah, let me go, like, fuck with my neighbors and let y'all listen to Discords and let me tell y'all the deets and how much money you'll pay me for a crack pipe today, or whatever else it is. Yeah, yeah, let me just go fuck around. Yeah, I ain't like that. I don't play that as clapping. I ain't meeting y'all out for fucking shit. I ain't doing it. And yeah, I've given a few of them a chance. I'm like, try it this year. Every one of them's failed me, man. They did exactly as I assumed they would, and always will. So much like Ziggy's piss test over there, they just, yeah, it didn't pan out. Math didn't math. Shit didn't just, like, no, man. And the testing actually turned out to be positive. I was right. Every single fucking time, man, with all of them. So, anyway, all the way to what y'all consider top tier, but I know there's more and even further above. But yeah, I'm like, McDonald's smells, you know? Dolly's full of shit. All around, I mean, I don't need much. It don't take but one thing to be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, y'all full of shit. So, you know, yeah, no. Yeah, she's like, I did see Jodeci's live. That's what made me go live. Yeah, I bet. I bet there was a whole patty caking session with the panic mode everybody's been in since I set mine. What can we do to see if there's people? And I didn't touch her live. It was after I come off mine that I was like, I guess we'll figure it out. It's like, really? This is what it was? It was the nothing burger. Oh, it smells like a hook. Weird parties always took place as I messaged others. Certainly, these things happen. Anyway, yeah, it smells like bullshit. Pretend fake fighting to lift up views. Help old Zig Pants out there with some fake ones, because you ain't telling me that bitch went up and be like, Y'all, within like 2 hours, that shit went up in the middle of the night by several thousand views. Ain't happening. One of them went up by almost 1,000 in less than that. Absolutely not. Ain't gonna happen. Uh, mm-mm. Also, I tell you, I was thinking about it in between here. Since I went down and I come back on. Certain thing may be mentioned by certain others on the other end and in the other county. I'm thinking about it a different way. High profile blonde drives a certain ex, blah blah blah. Hangs out with people up there near your way. I've been told it's that one that's gonna cause me trouble or fear, whatever. I wonder if maybe they could have been talking about Nana. Now I sort of wonder if they were threatened or something, or fucked with in some manner. Or knew that something was going to be built or scripted against them or directed at them if they didn't do something. You know what I mean? You just have to wonder now. I wonder. Because that was definitely a high profile blonde driving a certain, at least colored thing. Hanging out with people up our way, right? Uh, oh. Might cause problems down there, but so you wonder which way to pave them. I don't know what to think about that. I'll mull it over a bit. Wonder how much that other end was tampered with to make others believe that certain things were being done to them that maybe weren't. And to fuck with, and then eventually helping what looks like scripting by Ryan and crew. Probably for a goddamn documentary or two, honestly, or some fame, or clout, and whatever. Mm-hmm. Square peg, circle peg, whatever, you know. So anyway, that's really the long and short of it. And Ziggy caught everybody's asses up in the extern who ran what. And Ziggy, if you get to sue Nanner for looking at her, and look, I can tell you a lot of shit that's being looked up and done. And boy, those searches they get all the things that you can't even get paid services. Yeah. Then I guess we all get to see if we can ever figure out who else she was pulling. But she was doing all kinds of things for all kinds of people and all kinds of creators. So are others still that have access to certain systems like that, doing that still for this group. And you know it. God damn it, Ziggy. That's why you called yourself out and put yourself in. No, this stuff's happening to me, but it's actually happening to. But only your people are being directed to put out, Zig. You're not good at this. And yeah, Willow, those are lookies. I usually smoke reds, but those for, I'd say, what, yo, 6 months or something? I've been mostly on, I don't know, different brands. On M's, Lucky's, tried everything. Everything under the sun. None of them taste worth a fuck. Reds taste like fucking shit. They just suddenly became god fucking awful. And I couldn't stomach them. And then it took me a bit, and I found these and another brand, and I'm like, they at least have flavor to them in ways. Uh, Everything else seems like it's like air, or it's like sugar, or pure chemical. Fucking awful. So yeah. Anyway. But yeah. I've been mostly stuck on these for a while, but I interchange. So anyway. But that's the long and short of it, right? Ziggy's full of shit. It's a nothing burger. Her whole life is. Everything we've all known, it's been aired. It's not secret. It's not whatever for all these years. She is, for some reason, mixing together all the documentaries, time periods, all that bullshit. Can't imagine why. She's finished. She's only had one histrionic meltdown over a documentary and making it to the first one with Skilo and all them and the bullshit. Jenny Adrian, Carmen Chasing, da 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 da. Right, not the second. I mean, seriously, Ziggy, bring out that live, bro, where you had the full on meltdown. You said, you're going to leave us out. And also, Fred is going to be made to be the bad guy, and Andy's going to be made to be the good guy. I'm calling Christy fucking Vincent type shit, right? Like usual. You've been well known what Nana's name is, to your people, all that shit for all these years. Don't you act like y'all new to this. Bring out the piece where you said all that and gave the whole game away. And we're going to prove you're a goddamn liar from your live last night, Ziggy. Do it. I don't know, nobody's going to do that on poor Zig. Shit, maybe 6, since she has everything as Zig. She'll do it to prove Ziggy's lying about documentary bullshit. And for some reason, she's mixing them together on purpose. While Ryan, 6-Up's buddy, and Nando's and everybody else's, is also playing bullshit. And they were all to believe that Ziggy suddenly had a urine test at hand in the middle of the night and was so offended by just Ryan's thumbnail. Just had it on hand. And her urine had no color. No, but if it looked like she just fell for THC, she had a little packet she could sprinkle in there. Oh, I don't know, man. Oh, no. Yeah, we're to believe all that, right? 6, Ryan, Ziggy. Seriously. Their world is watched her be dragged. And I mean, there it is. Y'all ever seen piss that clear? Seriously. Holy shit, right? I mean, seriously. It's in there, supposedly, but. Okay. Y'all ever seen piss that clear? And then her and poor Fred couldn't get the temperature to read on the thing for some reason. So they had to bring the fish tank thermometer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you turn that shit into a probation officer, an official, or anybody wanting your piss in a panel jar. They gonna violate your ass. You're going for blood work or hair samples. You know what? Maybe Ziggy will take real offense to this video and go get one of those mouth swab kits they sell at Walgreens today. In this same life, by the way, she had a packet that you could literally sprinkle a little dust in that cup on your way to the toilet, or have a little bit of paint, or like I said, you can rub it down there, and then when you pee, it'll show positive for that. And wouldn't that make a piss test seem more real if she failed for one thing, and people be like, "Oh, see, she failed, so it has to be real pee." It's a good mind fuck, Ziggy, Ryan. Good ride y'all taking people on today. Love it. Yeah. Sipsy, you ever seen urine come out that clear? Unless you've drank gallons and gallons and gallons and gallons of water, one after the next, and nothing, that shit ain't coming out that clear. I eat over 40 or close to 40 pounds of ice a day. My urine most days, even with a couple cups of very strong espresso, is almost clear, but not that clear. I also drink lots of water, and I only drink coffee generally. Sometimes y'all see me drink a random Red Bull, and every time I drink a soft drink, boy, I'm telling you, it lights my kidneys up. So just don't. Plus, I don't like the taste of them most of the time. So y'all, I mean, and even my piss is not that clear. Okay, takes some effort to get it that way. And since you just seen her not long before that gulp down some Diet Coke, tells you her piss should not have been that clear. There should have been dead. Now, had she been drinking gallons of water over a 24 or more hour period and had a piss test on hand before they knew what they were going to do after a live was scheduled and people freaked the entire shit fuck out to get her prepped for it and to get some chaos going and eyes on a fake fight to take eyes and ears and all that away from real shit coming out. I don't know. What is the crew up to, you think? I'd say exactly that. All together, one for all for one. That's what I'd say. Anyway, maybe Benny or some else freshly off probation or on probation or rehab style shit, or anybody who's ever been, I don't know, forced to take DCS and shit, piss tests in those same cups by this same crew doing fuck shit and fake calls and hoaxes and all that shit, right? And on each other and everybody else, maybe they can all tell you what happens if your piss is like water. I'm sure they can. Bitch, you going for blood work or hair sample, or you're sitting there, or you're auto violated because they know you ain't drinking that much water. I mean, and we all know Ziggy says and has said for years she can't stand water. Why is her piss that clear? And you just see her drink a fucking 5-gallon thing of fucking Diet Coke, supposedly. Who knows what's really in the cup. But yeah, as her and Fred are walking in the last 5 minutes, we're to believe that she really went out and bought a piss test in the middle of my life somewhere, and as Ryan puts up all the threats, all the bullshit, the thumbnail schedules one. Oh, and wait, didn't Ryan say that their policy was they don't address or mention anyone or do lives on or drama shit? Or that people that talk bad about him, didn't he already yeet Ziggy into non-existence once and refused to mention her? Now he's suddenly willing to attack her and drag her and make a whole lot better. Seriously. Yeah, this looks like distraction from real shit coming out. That's what this looks like. This looks like a bunch of fuckery and a bunch of bow tying and trying to eat up shit, you know? That's what it looks like to me. Looks like all I'm playing in it. I mean, I guess. Y'all go play in it. The water over at Ziggy's looks just fine. Uh, looks so clear you can splash around it without worry. There's no pee in that. Anyway, y'all find it weird. But y'all just, I don't. Ziggy outs herself as being part of, or knowing or having knowledge of those still, I say, using systems to make certain things just appear in people's worlds and in systems that also the pebble droppers did and fucking certain state and county systems were fucked with and people's records fucked with. Ziggy seemed to know about those and that. You got people running around going like, I'm hacked right now. And that's something Ziggy and another one do every time they're actually ones knowing they and their crew are doing that to people. Just like, Ziggy and the continual attempted financial setups of I and others and shit out in public, like, you just can't with it. I've had enough of it. Ziggy tells on herself all the time. It's also clear that Ziggy knows who run the fucking tag of this one out here and all this shit. It's also clear that she keeps leaking. They stalked Lawson. They stalked Lawson. As far as Nana and Six and I guess Karen, whoever go, right? It's clear she knows that that's rumored on the streets that Nana did indeed use her job to look up all Lawson's shit, and then it eventually made its way out of Rose pie hole on the sheriff's station. Before that, it's where it's coming out. One of the nutters that they use types, they eventually yeet off in existence, put out certain info that they've gained in ways to where it doesn't look like it all comes back to them. It's a criminal fucking ring around here, man. Been telling y'all for years. He's like, all you have to do is pee to know it's not what pee looks like. Y'all see, the only coffee I had today, I know I went back during my live and I added like this much to what was in there after I added my ice and then I would top off my coffee. I did that a couple times. And I'd add 1 week cup before I'd come on live. Everything else in over a 24-hour period has been ice and water. And I'm telling you that even pee's still not that clear. Okay. So, I'm just saying, unless you try real hard and you're guzzling back for at least like a 24-hour period, gallons of water, your piss ain't that clear here. And a probation officer in Bell State would look at you, laugh, and violate your fucking ass for tampering with, and they'd know you were dirtier than hell. Dirtier than hell. Right? Trying to get by with something. And they'd either violate just on principle or accuse you of tampering and doing that on purpose, trying to subvert screens, or they'd make you go in for labs or sit there until your ass could be a color. Right? They ain't fucking around with that shit. That's stupid. But hey, if she felt for one thing, she had a pack in there to dust stuff with, it'll look more legitimate, won't it, to the world and public looking. I love it. And I love that we're all to believe she just had one on hand in the middle of the night. Or that she went and suddenly got one in the middle of the night. And then of all the things, by all the people, over all the years calling Z XYZ, that Ryan's thumbnail got to her in the middle of the night while I was live. And then she went live again to show everybody a piss test. But didn't do that for Six, TP, myself, others. No, but somehow she's magically like tarot out of her ass. She's gonna need a piss test, or she went and suddenly got one when she's only walking distance of a closed dollar store and a 7-Eleven. Or did one of them get out and drive last night? I don't know. You know? If you look real close, you might see a guppy in that fish water she used. I can't believe they used this fish tomorrow. I can't believe it. I just can't. That shit's ridiculous. But I guess if you're not paying close attention and she taps it like one of those car commercials, those weird Stanley mug freaks online being like, and this is the menu, this is the item you add to the recipe. That people believe it and be distracted by the nails not to notice the clear pee and all the shenanigans. Now, Shirley has that packet in there she could have dusted or rubbed down there to fill it to make it look more legit. Everybody buy that Ryan just suddenly, after his promises not to mention certain people talking about him, he's going to do a whole live. They're doing it on a nothing burger bullshit put out on Nana. And only all this seems to be cycling after I set my life. And what the hell's really going on here, you wonder? Yeah, I don't think it takes a genius to figure this shit out, y'all. I don't know, I mean, I can't speak. Mine are always awful looking. Seriously. They're some of the worst goddamn fake nails I've ever seen. They are. But they're nasty. They're fucking awful. She needs to stop it. Keep waiting for one of her goddamn fingers. Them to do a GoFundMe because one of her fingers have gotten infected because they're all red and raw and bleeding and shit because she's like taking off and on every day. You ain't supposed to do that, man. It's so unhealthy. Bitch is going to end up with staph or something crazy. There are no nails left and they won't ever grow back because she's damaged nail beds so much. I don't know. You can't fix stupid, okay? And I want to know how she's packaging anything and sending it off through the mail with nails like that. Poor Fred, you know she's got him back there working like a Keebler elf in a tree. Fred's the only one stuffing packages. And not the ones he wants. He's hanging out on the air mattress and ashtray. And complaining in chats. Fucking shit, dude. I don't know. But out of all Zig's problems, it's the least of it. So it's the fuzz on her carpet or whatever acrylic she's spilling on her bar or counter or whatever. Whenever she's cooking and scratching her ass, doing. I mean, the real issue with Ziggy is that she's Ziggy, and the only thing she's good at and has ever been good at in her life is being a fuck up, a failure, and a criminal. That's it, and that's all she's ever gonna be. Okay. That's what should be called out continually. Not her carpets, not drug about her nail, not drug about her diet or what she's feeding her kid. This there. Stay on topic with Ziggy's piece of shit. Here are the lies, put them together. Here's what Ziggy's doing. And it's wild. All these creators want her gone, but they don't ever touch on the real shit that they know Ziggy has done, been part of, etc. They do the cute little tearing her down, dragging her videos. They call her whatever they concentrate on her carpet, the fuzz, and the nails, and all this shit, right? And they can't really call her out necessarily in a whole bunch of shit. Or fully take her down the way they want because, well, like she says of Gavel and Chasing and the other Adrian and all them, they can't really take each other out because they hold too much on each other. And the fuckery they've all gotten up to together. And they're too big around here to do like that. Alright? That's why they can't take out some of the certain critters like PA up there either and shit. It's because they know. And some of those motherfuckers like Zig and OPA and them, oh boy, they've been the hostesses with the mostesses. Alright, and they still are. But like I said, all of them are still working together. All of them always have been. Y'all want to buy the ignorant Ziggy's dead. You know, Ziggy don't know this. Ziggy just became aware. Bullshit. And there's proof. There's proof Ziggy knew Nanner's name and all this other shit. This is garbage. That shit last night was nothing but baked, planned, scripted, fucking or shit show to pull things over to the Nothing Burger realm again and to keep anything from picking up that was new that's put out on or said. This bullshit between Aaron Ryan is just that. It's bullshit. If you really think that suddenly Ziggy was triggered enough to suddenly magically have a piss test on hand in the middle of the night, or have just magically known she needed one, have it laying there, whatever, and went and got it in a few minutes, and just, But yet, everybody and their brother for years, every creator, every person has called her ass out, blah, blah, blah. And she ain't ever deemed to go take a pee in a cup. But you think last night was her just, I gotta do it. And where do you think that idea come from exactly over the years as I've challenged her to take a piss test in a cup or otherwise? Wonder where they scripted that from. Wonder if they thought that might bait somebody to talk or be like, what the fuck? Why would you take one for him and not for me? I don't care. I know that whatever was done last night is a bunch of fucking lying bullshit. It's what I know. You know? I know it's a whole fucking train wreck of scripted, planned nonsense. A whole group shook us for about 24 hours, wanting to know things, scary, trying to pull shit, all the things are in play here. And trying to put eyes on Nothing Burgers, not new news, while Ziggy pretends to have histrionics about it. I knew it! And I got confirmation! She already had confirmation. She just didn't become aware of a documentary or otherwise or any of that shit. I don't even mean. Why is Dawn? That's the thing. You tell me Dawn messaged her back with, yep, I know her name, it's blah blah. And also a documentary, and that's the reason. What the hell? Smells off. Could be just trying to make it about. Trying to say that's why Nana and them were solely angry or separated during certain times, right? But she says he just volunteered that. See, it don't smell right either. Smells like ass clapping team sports. That's what the fuck that smells like. I don't know, anyway. Whatever. But I just thought I'd come back on to say that. That is the goofiest shit I've seen in a while. A whole lot of Ziggy told on herself, everybody else again. And what shenanigans she's been aware of fooling, as her crew has been the one putting out all the shit and all the fuckery. And, tag run also shit, And she won't say something about that tag running to this one or the other girl or any of the other shit. Weird part is she and Benny both doxed the shit out of, terrorized, all that over that. She had her live stream and threatened to strike her ass. She deleted initially or hid or did whatever. She caused us terror over that. So don't tell me she didn't know where that information was coming from when it was run or who was doing it, and that her and Benny weren't both in on it, and the whole shit that happened here around that when the calls were made saying Summer's body was in there and Monster was living back with us because they got the tag and it still had his name on all that shit. That's why. And they were able to formulate that shit and waste law enforcement's time and all that shit, right? So, you think it's a fake Dawn die? Good thing. Or it could be Dawn fucking around. But for him to just volunteer it, because Ziggy made it a deal. This is the way I took it, saying that Dawn just volunteered that. She didn't even ask about a documentary. All she asked about was a confirmation on Nana's name. Now, why she would do that, I don't know, when she already knows Nana's name. This is the crew of fake accounts, but Dawn did supposedly, allegedly, call her during the searches on Van Halen, all that shit. And she supposedly didn't answer it. I don't know. It's the Wells, man. They fuck around with y'all as much as y'all fuck around with them around here, They enjoy it. Y'all enjoy it. Everybody gets paid. I don't fucking know. I don't care. That's the mystery. All I know is this is the realm of fake fucking accounts, so that's for sure. So I don't know. Fake text, fake this, fake that. So I don't know. But I think we'd all like a store receipt or the purchase off card when that took place for that piss test. Did that happen well before Ryan put up that thumbnail? We have questions. If that piss test was bought before Ryan's thumbnail, well, or even if it wasn't, and they did somehow magically, I guess, get in the car and drive to wherever and get one after his thumbnail, why did a thumbnail, out of all things, just bother that boo-boo so badly? But Six up dragging her for years, she could have put a stop to that rhetoric with Ryan, Six. Ryan's been over since Six, everybody else, Nana, Jenny, Adrian, Chase, the whole nine. In the chats and otherwise. She didn't come out with piss tests on his nice, did she? No. No, she did not. So I'd say y'all been taken for a goddamn ride. And I can't imagine when they scripted and wrote that shit from with me challenging Ziggy to a fucking piss test all these years. But now wouldn't it make look like anybody saying Ziggy's on drugs? Or sniffling a bit too much and all that, Suddenly, wildly enough again. It'll make them look like, no, Ziggy took a test. She passed it. Everybody at Maine does that guy. It'll just go ahead and preemptively get that all out there for dumbasses willing to believe it, right? God, the propaganda mindfucker around here is real, y'all. It's real. Oh, anyway, you guys, I reckon I'm out of here. I reckon. Can't wait for the fake fight to continue to unfold, Ryan. Let's see where it goes. Can Six get involved and drag Ziggy again? Oh gosh, years of watching. What a nothing burger. Just like Ziggy's first live. It's something everybody's known, including Ziggy. Like, she's making it new though, right? Making it new. She thinks, I guess, for those who are stupid or new here. I can't even believe Chasing let her by and chat with mixing up the documentary and time periods and years and all that. Goddamn, Chasing. Where's your stamp at this day, bitch? Get some balls. What the fuck is a stamp, homie? Anyway. So, whatever. Y'all have fun with all that. I guess. I don't know. If that's what's entertaining to you, being fed fake shit, soap opera style, but that's affecting real people's lives and an open and active investigation and case and all that, hell, I guess whatever. I just can't. I'm not gonna. I knew last night, before even touched that bunny bee bullshit, I just didn't expect the nothing burger bullshit. Damn, she had 24 hours so did the group to go out real shit. They did a whole nothing burger parade. Can't imagine why. Now they're gonna fake fight over it. Get everybody's eyes on that. Pretend like nothing else has ever said or done. Anyway, I guess y'all go throw whatever at them. Some damn Mardi Gras beads or something for their efforts. Alright. Anyway, you think we'll get Benny's opinion on whether that's a real pee or not? And what a real probation officer or court would have handed that in? I'm just wondering. Okay, I'm just wondering. Alright, y'all, I'm out of here. I guess y'all take the piss if you want to today between Ryan, Ziggy, and crew and core group to get eyes off on y'all paying attention to here, everywhere else. Guess you take the piss if you want to. Much love, guys.